And here we are starting things off on Cobblestone, the map that is not even favorable, interestingly enough, for the side of Quick and his guys. What you have to mention about them is that they're quite alright on playing other maps. I mean, QB.F with Cobblestone, they've never seen online success on it. I'm not kidding, I'm not joking. So far, they've played this map twice and lost it twice against Epsilon as well as Sprout. On the other hand, online speaking, Kree, Lion, and the rest of the team of EPG so far brought some victories home. Exactly on this French map, majorly with the focus on the terrorist side. So it might be just actually this map going in the favor of the side of EPG. And if you're wondering, my name is Sesh. Throughout the entire day, you will be guided through just by me. As I'm going to be your personal commentator for this game as well, where we might see a little bit of an upset. You have to put this in perspective, please, as EPG is definitely far away from a top team, while QB.F got themselves a very, very, very good start in this year of 2018. But in the end, this is not home soil for them. First of all, now we're going to see Balbina and his team finding fresh left, right, and center. Doesn't happen yet. Challanger takes some waterfalls in the end. The B side already opened up. It's not even 20 seconds past, and this bomb is going to be planted. Quick and Jimqua have somehow need to come back on this site, and it will get difficult. Alliance stands back on the plateau. Wants to find those Glock shots. Off the way, finds the one onto Jimqua. Does he do so? He finds the one onto Quick, and there he does it also on the other one. This is incredible from Elian. Gets himself a triple as the players are running into the shots of him. And there it goes. This is incredible work we're just right now seeing, and it is Quantum.Fire having him on advantage. In the end, 2 versus 1 against a single guy who has to pick up the bomb. This is the thing. He didn't have the bomb in the end. And when we take a look at it, Lion up 3-0, and that for a good reason. If you just joined freshly, if you're not sure who the hell EPG even is, you don't need to know all of them. Who you should know is probably at least Hooch, as he used to play in Gambit not too long ago. And besides him, a guy to take a look at for is a Lion. Alexei Guzev from Russia, 18 years old. Was actually second at the St. Petersburg Governor's Cup. And those lads are very much able to stand the challenge against QB.F. First of all, Balbina though, and the frag onto Challanger. He wants to peek so much, make a little bit of noise, nothing happening yet. And EPG are taking their time to move on any of those sites. They're definitely not interested in overextending against those close-range pistols that QB.F have gained. Waterfall saving up for the AWP. It's gonna rest quite well armed and equipped, at least for close-range fights. CZ, it's somehow called also the Mini AK. It's the perfect sidearm for those situations. Now the rotation back on the A side has been made. Hooch, as together with Kree, have called it over. That side is open, and Lion is still shooting some heads as the gallery has opened for him. Kree open up now the vents. The Foxhole could be just used to find at least one. Kree gets another, and only Boomich, at least one body shot. Secures himself a single frag, moves back, is allowed to survive. Now, as sneaky as he can be, tries to find the one onto Hooch. Still gets him. 2 frags from QB.F. Hurt the economy of EPG just a tiny bit, but not much more. They're getting it. That one means Eco's calling. That eco, extremely well, important for the next one, of course. And this gives us the opportunity to talk a little bit about the Bets.net Cup, as the time is right now just, well, gonna watch standard issued pistols against partially equipped terrorist units. As Kree gets himself binked down, no? And he gets the first. 8. The movement should end his life. The shot there is not 100% on. That should have been at least a body shot securing kill on to QB.F player. Hooge coming from the sights. Inaccuracy as much as it gets. A single body shot, but the line is there for assistance. Finds himself a double. But only Jimka alive. Single USPS QB.F that might do a bit of a difference. Few players actually has a lot of players to take down, but in the end Challanger finds him. He could get himself a few more if the right players were visible. We saw Challanger and Hooge down to 20, but in the end, now there's finally the first buy coming up ahead for QB.F as we see waterfalls and an AWP. Statistically speaking, nobody's really there top-notch like Smooya, for example, or Simple for Navi. Waterfalls is doing an okay job, but definitely the best is Boomich. 1.0 now rating, and there comes Boomich as we're talking about, and taking the double with Jimka. The players who want to do the best on A-Long are getting taken down, and suddenly it's a 2 versus 5. Hard to retrieve that bomb back onto A-Long. Line is the last one to do a good job about it. Could get Jimka, who was overextending and over-aggressing. But he taps him away. So it's going to be first for QB.F. An even 5-7 secure. So it goes. Buy on EPG is still quite decent, but after this one, if you consider them to be the loser of round number 5, it will get a little bit tricky. They want to take that B control big time right now. Quick, as he holds himself close to the smoke, might find players who are going back on the site. Gets taken out in the end. Boomich secures himself and the team a double with waterfalls. And the Challanger in the end. Now there's the man advantage. As that shot from Elian gets Boomich! What is this man doing? His shots are so badly on right now, and that is what EPG needs. Same goes for Boomich. Zero Cree hits Jimka. It's only down to waterfalls, and it seems like EPG are taking the relevant control, and they do. And Lion finds waterfalls. 9-1. Are the stats of this guy. That brings actually the side of QB.F in a quite tricky situation, because the problem we're having right here, and that's what bothers me a lot, is the economic situation right now for QB.F. If they got themselves the first right here and look good, they got 5 players surviving, which means a decent bunch of money is being stacked up on their bank account. They've all lost it so far. You can say what you want. QB.F. is a very decent team. QB.F. is doing a very good job recently. Ranked number 14 right now. The HLTV team stats. But on the other hand, the problem is they don't know this map quick. As he's fully blind, not finding the frag until you can, or any of the players pushing through a B-long. Albina could take the aggression, but he's going sneaky through the smoke wall over on the B site. And there he wants to find one. He does it with Kree. Now could go for the clutch hero situation, but Chicken Cube is already under fire from Nickelback. Which gets at least killed off guard. A switch to the AK from Jimka, but in the end, the safe sequence is initiated. And that safe sequence is for a very good reason. As Boomich as well as Jimka need to find their way back into this game. And so far, this map has been played 7 times in the past 3 months by the side of EPG. And throughout those 7 times, they've won it 5. And that means even taking down teams like Alternate Attacks, Spirit, or Avantgarde. And the victory against Avantgarde was actually 2 weeks ago, for example. What you have to put in perspective, though, and that might relax the fans of QB.F. a little, it is EPG who are right now on the side where they're actually 20% better. On the other hand, QB.F. have never won this map, neither online nor offline. At least in the past 3 months, that's the way to put it. That makes yourself logically an extremely easy target on this map. Waterfalls gets a few shots for the wall. Silence around the map shouldn't give QB.F. a very safe feeling. As so far, Elements Pro Gaming was always on the scene and forearmed to take down QB.F. The right strat with the right executions, and especially a Lion having an insanely good game right now. There comes the double though from Boomich. As Kree takes him down in the end. The control of the B side is now a little bit shaky. Control might be taken in a little bit different way. Nickelback rotates around, sees that perfect headshot onto Waterfalls. Kree gets the one onto Boomich as well. And Jimko's getting from behind. Madness advantage is secured for the side of EPG. The nade onto a Lion will get him taken down in the end. That was perfectly thrown onto the Opera. The bomb is going to be planted from a different angle right now. Nickelback just needs to hold back Jimko a bit. He tries to force the players into 1v1s. And he might make that work. Fully blind he is not at all. Jimka getting closer and closer to bomb. Kree looking in the wrong direction. Can just avoid his death as he moves back to the stone wall. Crossfires build up perfectly on Kree finding a triple. And it's EPG taking their 6th home. With QB.F. having an okay economy. I mean, Waterfalls on 4.1 can go full armor. And M4 goes logically for body armor, smoke, and M4. Albina, the only one who's having any kind of utility, or any kind of big amount of utility together with Jimko. And it's a bit disappointing to see. By the way, if you want to see perfect eyebrow coordination, I recommend you to watch the video of Double Tap, as Waterfalls gives an interview there about what nation he thinks is the best nation regarding upcoming talents in the Counter-Strike scene. And there he has, like, I think he's having his eyebrow game, like, on top speed there. as he pulls up his eyebrows, I think every 2 seconds or so, I can tell you. Anyway. Most unfavorable map for QB.F is exactly going as predicted for EPG so far. As Boomich and the roster off his site, therefore can't really take major control of it. And there's Jimko rips it off, checks the wrong angle, and this is a basic mistake right here. Because what happened is that there was no assistance for him to be either refract or that someone covers his angle over long, and Hooch there comes in. Waterfalls as well as Boomich are the only one finding frag so far, but in the end the 3 versus 1 and the bomb being planted. It's just so goddamn horrible. Challanger gets taken down. Boomich is the only one performing when we take a look. As he has a 2.0 KDR on the side of QB.F, while Elements Pro Gaming have an Allion. It's Boomich securing kills. And that's a certain reason why the odds for Element Pro Gaming are not that bad. This map is a disaster so far for QB.F, and Boomich... That made no sense. I was not sure what the idea was. Probably he wanted to take down the Opera from Elements Pro Gaming as their economy is kind of wounded. But in the end, the problem is you're the only one saving up a rifle. It's not that crucial, but it could help your team a little, and especially in the upcoming rounds, as you are the best player, could find multiple frags, which could at least help the side of QB.F to take control in a round where their opponent expects them to play just the essentials as we see the pistols. It's a sad story though. As EPG is just a single round away from gaining this half already. Going into this 8-1. That 8-1 is already dominant. A jumping Hooch should be taken down. 19 HP is there, are they left into Balbina. He can't make the jump in. 6 HP are really, really bad. Challanger nearly gets caught off guard. Jimko can pull through and takes him down. Finally, a frag comes in. QB.F starting to struggle right now with only the pistols on the opponent's site, losing already 1. Getting players on low HP, but right now, Balbina as well as Boomich need to do the job, especially focus onto Boomich, who could get the rotating players with just his deagle. As he moves away though towards connector, he now needs to find them. Kree gets him. That is a sad ending for round number 1, where QB.F dealt a lot of damage onto EPG. They couldn't really connect besides that one frag they did there from Jimko. Hooch down to 6, Nickelback 14, Kree 70. Not looking all so perfect right now, but in the end, as we're having it, not even Nickelback with 14 points gets taken down, 8-1. And the site of QB.S is looking horribly down. As there's finally backing up onto Waterfalls, Balbina and his guys are still not looking shiny. Quick holds himself close towards the B dropper, the long dropping section. As Kree now makes his way through, there is a double coming in for Quick and Waterfalls. Exactly what the side of QB.F needs, but Nickelback finds one. Gotta connect to a double. The bomb falling even in the favor of Quick and Balbina. Rotation comes in. Quick gets taken down. Another one to find, but the flames are burning Quick in that section of the map. And this just means no problem to take that Lion. The second one for QB.F finally on the board. The real issue will now occur in case they're losing this one. And you might ask yourself why, but the reason is very simple. Their economy is now pretty much reset. They're losing bonus 5 in a row. Maximum losing bonus. And in the end, it's not really satisfying. There, the Flames are actually putting down a bit from Dropper. Refrag instantly from Nickelback. As QB.F wants to take you to be very harsh control over on to be long. Not working anytime. Nickelback now needs to connect the shots. Looks in the wrong direction. What kind of shaky aim was that? But in the end, the mono, it seems to hit the players are on the right side. 1 and 2 coming in from Kree, and now Boomich is once more the last. He's the perfect clutch individual for the side of QB.F. Leading the scoreboard at the CT site.
Bomb has been planted.
As now there's no way around that this has to go in the favor. And there, Kree, he throws away that AWP. Smartly done. The guns are being to the other side, and there's a man who wants to do them all, but he can't make it possible. The idea was there, and I think he just dinged Hooch, thought he was dead. And in the end, can't secure much more. And there it goes. 9-2, and EPG just a single round away from gaining double digits, while QB.F's economy is pretty much in a trash can. Situation looks good. The initial start is giving us and providing the set of EPG perfect conditions. Once more, QB.F is probably sent into an economic drought for a long time, a spiral they're falling into. QB.F most of the time, they're not even squatting scared in the corner, they're more likely just taking the wrong approaches. Jimco's position not given away. No big deal though. Kree behind the stairs, waits out for any wrong aggression from the players of QB.F. As the first thing happens, Balbina, he pretty much gave away to the opponent the information that there's a boost happening. 2 players onto the side of Dropper. Suge could just run through. He has not much to lose, right? It's only the MAC-10 he plays. It's not a valuable gun you're giving to your opponent. Ready. Set up now for the Dropper go. Flame goes down in a second as the smoke already pops. There comes the first from Boomich. Takes down Hooch. Wrong aggression. Flashbang perfectly timed, and there might be now a rotation coming in. The only one here they need to be cautious about is Jimqua. But they're moving over long, and Jimka takes a lot of ground right here. He's giving away information to his teammates, and if they're not fast enough, they're getting flanked. They're being flanked right now. No chance. Creates the right timing, and Yakyanda with just a low HP, 13 in total. Still goes for that play, holds himself up with the AWP and saves. And QB.F, the flank and the good frag from the side of Boomich, are securing themselves the third.
Counter-terrorists win.
And it's now 3-9 EPG. I'm not really on the right track. As they're now giving QB.F a good bunch of room to breathe. They just gotta slap it out of their hands. Jimqua this time might hold the right angle, as he could just look to his left as a player comes up in a second. There's finally assistance from Boomich, by the way. A thing we have seen a few rounds back didn't work out, and this is how Jimqua got killed back then. There, Kree It's one. The bomb is in the hands of Jimko. Now the call needs to come in. And Balbina back on the side of A. Might just get a visit from Nickelback. Flashbang. Not working out in the end. Nickelback is the only one to be on the side. Gets a few body shots on the player who's standing back defensive. UMP secure. Players coming left, right, and center though. And that makes it also complicated right now. Picks up the deagle shot onto Jimko. Beautifully done. 2 more to go. That would be a nice miracle. A beautiful one if he gets that plant or even that entire round. Switches over to the M4. Waterfalls probably has the right idea though. Could move out, but in the end takes him down. And Quantum, Bellator, Fire are able to right now deny the double digits for EPG and secure their first victory on this map, Cobblestone. Seeing it. Oh, quick. Rips off the head of Nickelback. As Hooch and his boys are now down to just those P250s. It's not looking perfect. Boost is coming in. Keanu too easily to spot. Jimko takes down 1, puts 3 to 10 points of health, and might be QBF taking the steering wheel back in their hands. At least 1 frag has been made by Kree as well as the Lion. That P250 shouldn't get any more. It does do so in the end, but the MP9 with the, well, not so great long range capability is still able to put a few bullets through the chest of the last player. And now it comes down to EPG if they want to deny the double digits for themselves or want to get on 10 to 5. Now Balbina and his guys, they're making themselves not the easiest life right here. So they're standing in the right direction, but in case that is getting also explosive and especially flashy right now here, as it happens for Ykiander, gets problematic. Boomage as well as Balbina, finding frags left, right, and center. Waterfalls with another. Kree and Nickelback are heavily interested in a rotation back on the A site. The question, who is faster? As the mono holds off and minimalizes the movement options right now. Only balcony it is.
Bomb has been planted.
There, Jimko gets another Kree. As he falls down, 2 more to go, and it makes it all so hard. On the left and right, people are waiting, but the flames eat him up, and QBF are getting their 6th. After they looked horrible and abysmal towards the start, they found their way back in it.
Counter-terrorists win.
As now Jimko and his boys starting hot. With a nice Kobe onto Hooch, it might be exactly that control. Now, this is a strategy that occurs quite often in the last few matches I've seen. the players are realizing, and terrorists especially, are realizing that there's usually a player going here for any kind of information, while we are on the B side right here, have usually 4 defenders. Challanger takes down first, and then they throw the grenade here, and it works in a good bunch of cases. So Challanger holds himself back towards the crate, finds one, beautifully takes down Boomich. As Jimko gets the one onto Kree, now the EPG players need to find a way back into this. From behind, there's one coming. Oh, Balbina is whiffing this! He had the advantage position and situation, and he's not getting Nickel back in the end, who's now hunting Quick. His Alliance is trying to connect a few shots. He's running out of bullets, and Quick finds him. 7-9, and QB.F might be back on the right track. As Balbina's inaccuracy was pretty horrible to watch at that point in time, and very uncomfortable. Waterfalls finds the first one to Challanger. As the CTs are now down by one other player, it might be QB.F. Going in the right direction once more, finding one, finding two. Jimko with the double. And a single CZ as well as a Deagle are there on the belt for EPG as Hooch flanks around. It's not going to be a huge play. There's at least Balbina. He still finds the headshot. Decently done. Waterfalls on the A side. Now makes a call. Is he going to hide himself behind that? That would have been a nice idea, but in the end goes over long, where he got easily killed by nades in round number 1 of the second half. But they're moving pretty much parallel right now. And as well, Nickelback needs to hold himself back. It is Hooch still trying to hit a few shots left, right, and center. Can't connect any, and with 4 points of health, pretty much needs to forget about it. 8-9. Eco gonna come in right now for QB.F. Excuse me, Eco for EPG, not QB.F. And QB.F right now building up a decent economy. That's the right way around it. As now there comes the eco, pretty much nothing crazy to do by QB.F. Quick and the guys moving around, B side is full aggression while EPG are stacking in the wrong position. Nickel back, still finds a dink onto Quick through any material. And in the end,
Bomb has been planted.
frags on the EPG side are inevitable. Still a dink happening. Alliance survives not at all. Puts Boomich down to 4. He just kind of teabags in there in the corner, puts a spray in the face, and now we have a tied up situation. Take a look at that again. First, they got a batch of 3 rounds. Then EPG got 1. Then they got another 5. It was 8-1. EPG got another there in the end. So it was 9-2. From a 9-2, we went to 9-9. On a map where QB.F has never showed us any successful plays. Successful plays, map victories are meant. Jimko finds the one on the Hooch. And now Nickelback, he can at least connect onto a double. But not much more. The rotation is interestingly coming through connector. Align hits a shot into Balbino with the AWP. Quick needs to get that frag onto Challanger. As he now rotates back onto the B site. Kree doesn't seem to be aware that Quick has exactly done that move. Doesn't move out of 2 stone. That would be a perfect position. And now Kree also leans towards A. Will not see that the bomb from Boomich is making its way towards the site in just a bit. Quick should be able to hear the steps. There comes the smoke towards the stone. The bomb is not being denied entirely yet. Boomich needs to still get this thing down. The model popping directly in front of his face. But the assistance of Quick is highly relevant. He sees him through the flames. Doesn't get anything more yet. As Boomich can just hide himself. Planted in his favor. And now with 30 bullets back in the magazine. Grabs the first. Gets Kree down. And a Lion. He's getting peeked by just a Mach 10. And there's the double secured by Boomich. Incredible work. He gets himself even an AWP in hand. Gives it to one of his teammates. And QB.F, in a temporary, unstable, and unfortunate situation, they're coming out of this as the victor, securing double digits first in a long-range duel with the AWP and the Mach 10. It was in favor of the Quantum guys. As the roster in this way exists since 1st of September, as Boomich joined to replace Fanad Rocca. Some of the CIS guys might know him. As he now plays the great organization's name. Boomich first of all gets the rotating hooch. Jimcore rips off one head. A few body shots into the other. 11-9. City Economy is now looking brilliant again. Comes down to Hooch to give the right call to the team. And if they're taking this home, that would be second victory today. As it's taken a bit, there comes once more the aggression from QB.F. Directly towards long. Not quite sure if I'm happy with that. Ikender still finds the frack on Quick. Not quite sure how he was able to just connect those shots onto the player, onto the only Lithuanian, by the way, on the side of QB.F. But in the end, Nickelback and his guys are now having a man advantage. And a Balbina down to 27 points of health, with Jimqua eating the grenades, taking 22 off of him. Now it's about the control on to B. Taken away. A, it's gonna be. As mid as well as long are gonna be aggressed by Waterfells and Boomich first of all. Being the bomb carrier a little bit delayed onto the place. Kree seems to have the right kind of idea. The question is, do they expect him? No, they don't. Double man advantage now. It is for the side of EPG. And the Molotov not giving Waterfalls many refract options. The full flash onto Balbina makes him an easy target, gets him through the wall. Kree with the double. And he secures QB.F. Maybe another lose. As Kree hits one to Jimqua. A single AWPer left. He should be taken down with ease. As from behind, the shots are raining in. Nickelback finds him. Double digits now. Also on the side of EPG. But the economy of Quantum.Fire is still shiny. Looking as good as expected. And there it goes. We're having a good kind of play so far. As in the beginning, EPG looked like they were forearmed for every single situation QB.F is getting them into. Now in line, he finds Quick. And after that, the economy's quite alright. Not looking perfect. Boomich refragging. Ikander down. 1:30 left on the clock, and in the first 25 seconds, both teams lose a single player. As Kree is highly interested in the aggression towards Belong. Might still go in a different direction. Jimko has the right kind of flame, takes him down. No secret positions allowed for EPG, and QB.Fire might be on the right track to not only get the 12, but shut down the economy of EPG, because it's getting a little problematic. It's looking good for those three. Uchiaki and their Nickelback. Then the real problem occurs right now, as only 2 are alive. Double amount of players are on the side of QBF. Nickelback, as well as his teammate Allian with an AWP, run out of options. He finds another onto Jimqua. QBF is getting the bomb down. No retake intended, as Allian and Nickelback are securing as much equipment and guns as possible. Allian gets taken down, out of the hands, and only Nickelback to be left alive. Trying to take the duel against Waterfalls would be extremely risky. So far, he got the first. Nickelback holds himself beside the shiny knight armor. And from now on, it seems that this is the right idea. This is the right idea from the side of QBF. Quick had a little disconnect. He's gonna come back. Elements Pro Gaming was up 9-2. And take a look where we are right now. As Atman asks, is a technical reason, but as we had to disconnect from the side of Quick, he's right back. Match is unpaused. And in round number 23, the economy of Elements Pro Gaming is extremely weak, and Hooch is KDR 0.33. Not looking brilliant at all. He is the kind of Hunden factor in his team, as he is a good caller. He has the right ideas most of the time, but in the end, he doesn't deliver. He doesn't come up with frags. Some people say that's okay for IGL. That's a legitimate point, but in the end, an IGL who's also fragging is logically a better option. In the end, though, EPG is not far away from also taking this home. They just need to focus a last time, or a few more times to say it like that, to be very accurate, to take down EPG, to take down QBF first of all. Their economy is quite strong. They got 2 extremely strong players, Jimko as well as Boomich. Now are now making their move onto the B site. Full flash is coming. Increase interested, taking players down, but that is now getting a little bit into a tricky situation. Allian, he finds Balbina. Now the control is being gathered. Waterfalls gets another. The AWP from Allian is a crucial instrument in this situation as he gets the no-scope. He's going for another, and in total he secures a triple. EPG on the 11th, and QBF's fast play onto the site gets denied. As now the tie is about to come up for EPG. It's once more focus that is highly needed right now. As also, you know, it's pretty much difficult for both of the teams, because if EPG is taking down QBF right now, the economy of QBF is not looking that brilliant, and it's also the other way around. The difference is though QBF has a 1 round advantage over the side of Elements Pro Gaming. So they have basically no time to get shaky. No waffling allowed. Find frags left, right, and center. Hooch secures 1. Very important. Hooch in the bottom left corner should have been seen right now. Nickelback having a tiny angle to any player who comes around the corner. might be advantageous. He sees nothing there. Boomich still getting the frag onto Nickelback. And Hooch gives the bomb away, wants to rotate behind the players, makes it as sneaky as possible, but gets taken down by the AWP in the end. Means Lion and Cree are down on themselves. The options right now are minimal. They both need to be stepping their game up massively if they want to help out their team. Lion did that already on Mirage the game before. Question is, how will Lion do that? He's not been spotted yet. He might get that bomb planter, and so it would be a denial. He does get that bomb planter, and there is not the denial yet. Or is it? Did Waterfalls do it in time? He didn't. This is such an unfortunate ending. It's 12-12. Perfect timing on EPG. They've done it before against their opponents already. On Mirage, they've done it at least twice against Espada, where the bomb plant denial is winning them the round, and there it goes, 12-12. Quantum Belot to fire. They were on the scene, but they were not aware on the scene. For having it, which probably very proud of his team to even get that round in their favor, as it should have never been that case, actually. The silence around the map is making it just more dangerous for Elements, because they have no clue what is going to happen. As the B side is the destination, two players are the only one holding them off a bit longer. There comes one. There's not a second intended yet, but he's finding a second right now. Not much more he's getting. And on the path towards the B site, QB.F is losing so many players, which means that this is getting all so difficult right now to retrieve and recover. Get on that site. The first player down. Nice shots through the smoker happening. As Jimco as well as his teammate are somehow not able to get themselves. Jimco with a double. It makes it a triple in total. Needs to find Challanger, and he got 13 more seconds to do so, but he doesn't. And that just means Elements Pro Gaming take the lead. QB.F's economy is pretty much down the drain at that point in time, at least. Armor, pistols, AK on one. Looking quite okay. I think if I ever take a look at it, the signature stickers from QB.F are by far the coolest. They have all a very creative design. I think Jimco has 2 revolvers up in the air. Then there's a brain onto waterfalls. I don't remember 100% anymore, but it's still well done. First of all, though, it's QB.F taking control towards the A site. QB.F wants to find their way to get the bomb planted at least. There comes the first. Challanger gets one. Interesting the second, as he is. Tries to rip off the head of the third as he does that exactly now. And that buy doesn't come successful so far. Boomich is the last one to be alive. Gets taken down. 14-12. And QB.F will buy as much as they can. The question is, with the buy that is coming up right now, are they able to secure themselves the 13th? Which is so goddamn necessary, because otherwise, the ones who are pretty much down to $0 in the upcoming one. Jimka starts things off favorably for the side of QBF, getting the entry onto Lion. Initial situation looking brilliant. EPG, they gotta converge onto the players of QBF right now, as only Hooch is once more holding A long. He's the weakest link in the entire system of the Elements Pro site. In the end, finds the entry. Could get himself a second. Over-aggressing, not necessary, and that A side is now opened up. While Challanger is not meeting Jimqua. Crete? As they have no information, they don't want to fall for a fake, but on the other hand, they're not able to connect any of the shots and not get major information. If EPG are now retreating, aiming themselves towards the force, it's opening up QBF doors that helps them to secure the victory.
Bomb has been planted.
And as we're seeing it, exactly as we expected it, there is the lead. Lead still in favor. For the side of EPG, but in the end, it's horrible how they gave it away. And now Jimka finds one. To the left, another two. Behind the stove, they're hiding. Not even making a move to take the refrag on the player. They moves around, can't find any more. Korean Alliance. Together they find Jimka, but Nickelback survives. Together with his teammate. And EPG gave Quantum a lot to fire, and now the opportunity to build up a decent economy and also to gain the 13th. QBF is weighing up the options. They might just have the right kind of idea. Challanger is very much out in the open. Gets taken out. Bad idea. Boomage has the pre-fire 100% set. Smoking off the connector. Now Nickelback as well as Hooch need to do the major work on the site. They're trapped. Smoke is in their favor though. Might find the first. Gets down waterfalls. One player less. The bomb rotating over to the B side where Jimka is already having control. Where Crete and Jimka might meet. He's looking in the wrong direction. He's picked not only one. Lion finds him though. And the switch over to the AK is unsuccessful. Nickelback and Hooch. They gotta retrieve the shattered glass. EPG were up 14-12. And now it is QBF turning it all around. The nade. It's Boomage at least a bit. But the side of EPG is not equipped with a kit. Makes it also hard to defuse that bomb in time. Back can't find his way through behind the stone. Quick stance. Hooch rotates back. Saves up that M4. And we get the tie. That tie that should have never happened. And it is the Major Legends right now bringing themselves into 14-14 as they were looking down in the beginning. It was 9-2 for Elements Pro Gaming during the first half. And now QBF are just 2 rounds away from victory. Same goes for Elements Pro Gaming, by the way. As though the CT economy is pretty much down in the mud. It needs to be QBF securing themselves right now that victory easily. Without problems, they should be able to go 15-14 against EPG. If we see an overtime, I don't know what to expect because Elements Pro Gaming seems to be extremely shaky in the past few rounds. But in the end, he goes the following round. Which hits 1-2. What a spray transfer onto a Lion. Is there Jimqua? Finds Kree as well. Nickelback in the flames. He's dying. Switch is the last man alive as he took down Boomage, but that's it for the moment. There he gets taken down. With the economy of Hooge and his mates looking okay. It's now down to him to make it work. It's now down to him to show us what they are able to do against Quantum-Fire. In QB.F, they've already failed once with the aggression on the side of B, where they were just thinking it's a good idea to push onto it without building up a proper smoke wall or checking the site properly. Now it could happen again. The essence of what I'm saying is, don't go over-aggressive. Getting yourself a good few rounds in the last two. Why not stick to it? Kree has an idea where Jimko is. Finds him there through that wood. With another, and with a triple. We might just go into overtime as Kree secures so much ground, and yet Kyander needs to find the player who's just behind the wood. He turns around, waterfalls. It is such a classic. Those overtimes are so usual. And Waterfall's got to secure this round himself against 4. He could get that bomb down, to be very honest. That shouldn't be too much of a hard task. So now, makes the move. Sees nothing yet. The A side is still clear for EPG. I just hope for him that he does not... He does. There's the question for you. You got a free bomb site. Why do you move to A? For whose sake do you move to A right here? Waterfalls. He at least got one, but what was that idea? It could be possible that I'm missing out a little bit of experience in Counter-Strike, though 3,000 hours should be okay. But in the end, the B site, he goes around... Clear. Okay, no one here. He goes around, not being attacked from Chicken Tube during the time. Okay. Goes around, sees no one on Stone or towards Dropper. Okay, no problem. Why do you move then towards the pillar? Why do you move on to the A site in the last 30 seconds? That is a thing that doesn't make 100% sense. Now we're in overtime though, where QB.F and EPG are fighting for a victory here at the Bets.net CIS group stage. First match for QB.F, by the way, here in the second stage of the Bets.net Challanger series. As there now, Kree has to hold the site on his own. As the smokes are popping, it gets a little bit difficult. Molotov double onto the pillar. Nickelback hides himself onto Dropper. And Kree peeks wide and finds the first, not the second though. Kyander brings it down to a man equalized situation. Quick. Once he rotates around, he should find Nickelback. That's exactly that. And so it's down to Align and Kyander to do the right job. Their line finds one. Albina's taken down. Wants to hit the player while he moves to Dropper. Rips his head off. And now moves over to the A side, which is the smartest move. The rotation from Kyander looked successful for the start. As they're moving over to the A side, not so successful anymore. And quick moves into Dropper. Kyander might expect it. He does. Taken down. 16-15. And QB.F might take it home right here. as it is somehow looking still shaky. I'm not gonna lie. As QB.F pretty much not giving it away. That's a harsh way to say it. It was a good job we have seen from Kree in the last round. But in the end, I just don't feel like there was a concentration for the last round to just make it through properly. As now the thing comes in. Ouch, that hurts. Quick down to 35. So Balbina and his team are making the approach towards A through long. Only Jimqua were able to take the attention over. And so they're going for the A site. No doubt about it. They're set. As the smokes and flashes are raining onto it, it's a fully blind Hooch, but a Nickelback getting taken down. His AWP shots now need to be point blank on. No one is coming into his crosshair yet. Oh, and does Jimqua whiffs the shot on the B site. There is Challanger finding a double. Jimqua, he's falling a little too early, quick on his own, nothing to retrieve. 16-16. That's the final round of our first halftime, and the first half of the first halftime. Well, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to see the sight of Challanger being successful. And that's now Jimqua and these guys are making a push on to drop the Nickelback spot. A bit of his body has been peeking over the wooden bar, and this means a man disadvantage onto Elements Pro Gaming makes him a little weaker. Kree should be just able to take down one. Jimqua goes over to the window. Here Kree gets taken down. Jimqua finds another onto Challanger, but the refract is not happening from Hooch. Double op setup is not really helpful in that situation. Not at all. Lion is the only man alive for EPG, and the bomb is rotating over to A. It's down to him to take out all three at that point in time. It will be just a tough task to do so. As we're saying it. 17-16. QB.F needs 2 more for the victory. And with a single point, they're leading into the next half. Not 100% comforting, if you ask me. As the major legends just need to announce they're ready, both teams. And there we go, 10 more seconds as Element Pro Gaming switches over to the site where they were hella more favorable at. The terrorist site, where in general 1 rounds on this map, Cobblestone, they got 60% of it. 60% of the 1 rounds of Cobblestone are T rounds for Elements Pro Gaming, while QB.F, and that is a very important note on the site, have never won this map online in the last 3 months with this roster right here. And that is a big shame, and brings us down why they're actually so weak. It would be their first victory On the other hand, now I just feel that it is very possible, but on the other hand, how is EPG even going so far against such a strong team? I mean, a guy like Boomage is quite good at fragging. A guy like Waterfalls has the right kind of thoughts, and now the safety side for QB.F needs to be 100% on point if they want to find the way to beat EPG in the first halftime. And this is something, actually first halftime, first overtime of course. And this is something you want to have. It would be a shame if you're just looking that shaky, as you are a major legend. There comes one, Align finds another. Albina switches over to the grenade. Could find Align though, doesn't. Puts him down to 12. As we're talking about it, EPG taking control. Nickelback. He gets taken down in the end. Align is an easy target. As the low HP on him makes him just a body shot away from dying. As Boomage rotates over and Albina sticks to the B site. It's now no time for misconstructions around the site of QB.F. Not quite sure if the shoulder has been seen right there. Balbina. Here steps up on the tree. Still remains hidden. Sees one, sees two. And he could deny the plant, but suddenly stops shooting. He stops pressing left click, and EPG bringing a tie up on the board on a site they're so much more favorable at, which is a big surprise. But also a sad one. And take a look at Boomage and Jimqua. We are in total having played 35 rounds. In 35 rounds, Hooch achieved 12 kills, Waterfalls 14. Just a little fact on the site. No, keep updated about the stats. While logically, 36 Boomage, come on. Now it's about not being dilettant on the QB.F site. Technically speaking, you are the better team. Technically speaking, you know this game better. Rank number 14, the HLTV team list. Now, Quick with the Molotov. Gives no opportunities to Elements Pro Gaming to go down towards B long. Doesn't happen anyway. Only Jimka in a really exposed position as he needs to try to find one. Seasoned though. Moves directly back. Well done. 1 more minute is left. Molo comes down. Towards tree, he pushes it. And that's a perfect timing as the lurker, Yikiander, finds himself a double. Too many frags he's getting. Quick is aware that he's just lurking around somewhere in this position. Boomage gets him though in the end, and a Lion with an AWP and being the star of the side of EPG, he needs to find free. An impossible task as it seems to be. Where he might just move a little too far and gets taken down. 18-17! And that just means EPG need to finally get themselves either taken down by QB.F or step up again for the second overtime. Just a quick reminder, in the regular play time, QB.F was up 15-14. They also won the final 13th. Goddamn English sometimes. A double man aggression from Boomage as well as his teammate that goes towards A long is so far restricted with the movement, and I'm not quite sure if that is the best of an idea. As a Lion, he still goes through the flame, finds one. Oh, and Jimqua, he's whiffing it. The duel was going on for a few seconds there. Yikiander once more with the double as he's been stepping up in the past few rounds massively. Nickelback could find Quick. Here comes a flashbang. Waterfalls holds himself close to find Hooch. Might just drop down. No further movement from QB.F, and it would not be the best idea from Balbina to now go out. He still gets creep. Bomb is as well on the ground at that point of time. Quick moves over together with his teammate. But as Balbina knows, this will now mean Elements Pro Gaming players will swamp towards the bomb. We'll all move towards that site. Is QB.F able to close it out 19-17 is the question. Are Balbina, Quick, and Waterfalls mentally strong enough, which they should be, if we remember ourselves how good they have played at the major? Are they able to keep themselves serious enough in the game. No op is there. They're playing it extremely deft back on site as we see Quick hiding himself. Waterfalls is behind Stone. They're just waiting for Babina to be the perfect assistance. 22 more seconds. Quick to the right. He makes one possible. He gets himself the double. Only a Challanger alive. He got 2 frags so far. And they're sandwiching him at that point in time. It is impossible. 19-17. And QB.F are securing it. And there we finally got our proper result up and running. Extremely well done by EPG in the beginning. This is what you have to say. But then they got a little shaky because somehow QB.F got themselves back into, and now they finally made it possible to have the first victory in Cobblestone. It was a close victory. It was 100% not dominant, and it was still working though. The overtime made it possible. Wrong place by Nickelback and his guys in the end made them look not as confident as they started off. Means QB.F secure another batch of points. And with that being said, we're going out for the moment. My name is Sesh. I hope you enjoyed the cast, and if you did, you can feel free to follow social media. It's going to be in the chat anyway. And we're going to see each other next time. Speaking right now. See each other next time. And Starlighter CS.